fucking way. Throwing bets like haymakers. UFC fight night, no faking these heartbreakers. Punch stats, bankrolls, and scorecards never fold. Etoft21sports talking bold like this catch and go. Erik saying underdogs got swagger. Weight counter champs got a granite jaw, won't stagger. Money on the line, bets as sharp as a dagger. Hot cops, bling, flashing lights, heavyweight bagger. Etoft21 clash of minds, no surprise. Erik Raid in the ring, shouting nod, shooting high. Fight night dreams, cold cash gleam in their eyes. Betting broad, UFC calls on the podcast sky.
We have reached the part of the podcast when we talk some NASCAR, we're going to be talking some UFC, and who better to come on than Wade, aka at Top Flight Wagers on social media. Wade, how have you been, my friend?
Doing pretty well, man. Happy to be back. Glad it's Friday. Ready to have a good weekend. Another pay-per-view here. So, what more can you want?
Yep. Always a good weekend. Anytime there's a pay-per-view, interesting card. You have a bet in the main event. We'll get to a little bit later. Those watching for the first time, what is going to happen? We're going to each give 3 bets. I'll pull up DraftKings. We'll make a very quick DFS lineup for you guys, but let's jump right into our bets. Wade, you're kicking us off here, my friend.
Yeah, I'm going to start with my most confident play here. It's a parlay. Got it for -104 over on DraftKings. I took Joshua Van, paired him with Mauricio Ruffy. Both of their money lines. Ruffy is a huge favorite in the wild. Really don't like to. Been trying to stay away, at least this year. I've been trying to get better at staying away from pairing these huge favorites in these in parlays. It just kills me when they bust. And he was about -600 to start the week, but I do like that he's kind of come down a little bit to -400 or so, because I do think that's where he should be. I do believe he's a good pick in this matchup. Him and King Green will definitely exchange strikes in this matchup, as Green lands 6.4 and Ruffy lands 4.7 significant strikes per minute. They both absorb around 4 per minute, while both have a striking defense around 60%. So I do think they're both hittable, and I think they both will get hit in this fight. The problem is Green just has a ton of wear and tear in his body, and at 38, I just don't believe he can take the damage for 3 rounds, especially from Ruffy. Ruffy looked pretty good his last fight out. I like that he went the decision, and it looked like he had a pretty solid gas tank in that late fight there. He was still throwing some pretty hard strikes against James Lomtop, and I just think he can do the same against Green here if it goes late. And if Green tries to take it to the ground, I just think Ruffy's going to be too strong and too quick. I think Ruffy has a really good shot at a finish in this fight. Green's just one of those fighters that likes to get into a brawl, and I think one bad shot he could get taken out. So I like Ruffy in that fight. And then really Joshua Van, I don't love that his line keeps coming down on DK. It's now at -166. It was like 180 just a couple days ago, so I don't really know what's going on there. I do think a lot of people like the wrestler to bet the wrestler, and really I do too. I like to usually back the guy that can win multiple areas, but I just don't think Ray Teixeira can. He's undefeated. He's 10-0, but I do think he's going to look to grapple, get it to the ground. He probably will be successful doing that. I think he can get Van down at least once, but I can also see Van stuffing a ton of takedowns and landing too many violent strikes. That's going to cause Ray to change his game plan. Van lands an absurd amount of strikes per minute at 8.8. And while that is a wild approach, it causes him to absorb a lot. He absorbs 5 per minute. Which could be worrisome against other fighters, but against Ray doesn't really have that striking fear, I guess. He doesn't put a lot of striking fear into other fighters. So I think Van's going to be worrying about the takedowns. If he can stuff the takedowns, I think he can win this fight either by finding Ray's chin and knocking him out, trying to get a takedown. Or I think he could even surprise him on the ground. He's not a spring chicken. Van knows how to fight. He knows how to get back up. We saw what he did with Cody Durden last fight, who is also a wrestler and a grappler. So I just think both these guys are pretty solid picks. I actually put 3% on this play, so it's a pretty big confident play for me.
I like it. My first play is I'm going to a prop. Give me Justin Gaethje over 1.5 a takedown. I got this at +225. He's got that wrestling background, D1, All-American wrestler, proving his skills to take it down. Now, when we look at the last time these two fought, that is when he had the most takedown attempts in any of his professional UFC fights. Also, fighters coming off a knockoff loss often tend to lean on their grappling a little bit more to avoid another KO. I was watching the Holloway fight again, and one thing that really stood out to me is when Justin was getting beat to a pulp, losing the stand-up game, you could hear his coaches yell, shoot, take it to the ground, grapple. So I think we're going to see him look to do a little bit more of that. Rafael is coming off a knee injury, which could hinder his takedown defense. And Gaethje also mentioned he wanted to protect his head. He said if he's going to start taking early damage, he's going to look to initiate some takedowns to prevent that from happening as a defensive adjustment. Look, at plus 225, all I need is one takedown. I think this offers value given his background, opponent's injury, and potential fight strategy. So give me Gaethje here, plus 225 for over half the takedown. Ooh.
Worth a shot, man. Worth a shot.
Next one, my friend.
I don't hate it. Yeah, I'm going to go with a 3-leg here. You can put this together on multiple sports books or DFS platforms. It should return right around, I guess, 4x on your money on DFS books, and then plus 430 here. The first leg is Mauricio Ruffy to just find a finish in the fight over Bobby Green. Like I said earlier, I think he has a good chance to find a finish with just how Green fights. I expect a brawl, and Ruffy will find his shot either with the standing KO, or I think he can find some ground and pound with Green trying to take it to the ground. The second leg is Jalen Turner fight to go over 10 minutes or to reach the third round. This would not be over 2.5, so you'd have to look for these over on the alt sections you can find on like DraftKings and Bet365. Jalen Turner and Ignacio Bahamondes are two of the tallest fighters in the lightweight division, and with this length, I just believe they will keep a lot of distance between themselves, looking for entry points to find that kill shot or find that slick takedown. With each knowing how dangerous the other can be, I really do think that we're going to see more action in the later rounds of that one. So I think if we do see a finish, it'll probably come in the third round of that fight. And then the last leg is the Justin Gaethje Fiziev fight to also basically go to the third round, go over 10 minutes on the DFS platforms. I think this is going to be one of the more exciting fights, but also with both fighters coming off of losses and with Gaethje coming off that brutal KO loss, I just think I believe personally that they're going to have more of a feeling out process. I know they're both going to strike each other well, but I just think they're both going to be strategic in their attacks. And the fight went the distance last time when they were, I guess, more balls to the wall. They're just going to go out there and slug it out. But this time I think with just taking a smarter approach, since obviously with Fiziev, he's coming off of a really long layoff. I just think it's going to find the third round somehow. And then if we do find a finish, I think it'll be in the third round with one of these guys just being tired and gassed out. So, I think this is a pretty good slip, man. I actually think this, I don't do these often, but I feel pretty confident about this one. I wouldn't be shocked if Ruffy and Green goes to a decision, but I think he has a good chance of finding Green and knocking him out.
I like it. My next one, big shot here. I'm taking Moreno at plus 550. At 550, heavily overlooked despite his experience against top welterweights and proven ability to rebound from losses. He's known for his toughness, ability to rush forward, making him a live underdog in a fight that could potentially go deep. He's one of the more skilled jiu-jitsu practitioners in the division, should be more aggressive, chasing down takedowns against an opponent who rarely grapples. Striking adjustments, Moreno's awkward boxing style and head movement could be a key in neutralizing Leo's striking powder. Leo's question marks. He's coming off a debut loss where he had power, but he also showed defensive gaps that Moreno could exploit. Overhyped favorite. The betting market is overvaluing here after an unproven UFC resume. We've seen this in the past with similar fighters. Looked good on short notice, come back their next fight as big favorites, and then lose. I know many people, they like to parlay props. So they're going to look to parlay Leo, assuming he's a lock by KO. But I just think that Moreno's durability and his ability to drag fights into the deep water is just making that a risky proposition. Fight IQ and experience with his back against the wall. I expect more of a polished, strategic version of Moreno here. I just think he's a smart play. I think 550 is just way too big of a price for him. So give me him plus 550. Next bet, my friend. Oh, I cannot hear you, buddy.
Sorry, I do think that that's a tough fight for me. I think Leo's going to press forward, and he has a good chance to find that knockout on Moreno. But we'll see. Moreno's he can be tough, man. He can outlast some people. So that's a tough one. I know some people who are on the under in that fight. I know some people who are on the over in that fight. So obviously people aren't sure of which direction that Leo Moreno fight's going to go. So plus 550 is not a bad swing, man.
Let's shoot, buddy. Where are you going to next?
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna take Poatan in the main event. I don't know. I guess I'm more of just a hater of Ankalaev. He definitely has a shot here. It's the odds. I don't. The odds are probably right on. They keep moving back and forth. Pereira did start out as the dog, so anybody that got Alex on dog money are definitely sitting in the right place. I don't think I would take him more higher than minus 115, which I see some books are still have him at like minus 120, minus 125, minus 118. I just don't believe in Ankalaev's wrestling that much, and I also think Pereira is strong enough and smart enough to be able to fight off some of these takedowns that Ankalaev's going to get. I know he can be taken down. He's going to probably get taken down at least once in this fight. But I believe he can get back up. I believe he can avoid any serious damage when he is taken down. And really, Ankalaev does like to strike. He's just a striker. He likes to keep distance. He likes to kick. He likes to he's a very good striker. He that's kind of where he has his bread and butter, and that's where he tries to find the knockouts. And I think he's going to be a man of his word. He said he's going to stand there and strike, and I do think he's going to strike if an opening opportunity happens, and I think he'll probably try to take a takedown. But I just think in the end, I think this is going to probably go the distance. I know a lot of people think this is going to end in some kind of finish. I don't. I see this more of a back and forth where Alex might lose a round, but I think Alex can probably win 2 rounds. I think he's going to do it with his kicking. I think he's just going to have the more devastating shots. If you look at their significant strikes landed per minute, Alex lands almost 2 more per minute. And I think that's going to be big. He gets hit more, but I also believe that comes with the opponent that both these guys have fought. And Alex is just much more active, and he's fought fighters like Yuri twice and Roundtree, who both throw a lot of strikes. So, of course, he's going to be absorbing more strikes when you look at the statistics. But I just think overall he's going to be the more active fighter. He's going to probably press forward. He likes to control the ring, and I think he's going to do a good job of that. And I think the judges are going to reward him at the end of this fight. I think it's going to be close, too. I really don't see a finish here. I really don't. I think both guys are really durable.
How many units are you putting on this, if you don't mind me asking?
Just one. This is not a confident, huge play for me because I wouldn't be shocked if Ankalaev wins.
How would you feel then if you did 0.75 units on the money line, 0.25 on Pereira to win by decision at plus 550?
Why you gotta do that to me, man? Because I don't hate that.
You know what I mean? Just when you think it's gonna. I'm sorry, dude. I've been battling this fucking illness for 3 weeks now. I'm sorry.
Me too.
I think it's gonna go the distance. Just a way to create a little bit of value. I like this one too.
I'm actually looking at that right now myself.
I'm actually on this one too. My next one here, I am going to my boy, Big Bruno Varela, plus 116. He's finished all 12 of his wins by stoppage, proving he has ability to end fights at any moment. Known as the Hulk, thrives on moving forward, creating pressure, ugly, chaotic. I expect that's what he's going to do here. Arman is a point fighter who relies on volume, but his lack of power has struggled against heavy hitters. We saw this in his KO loss against your boy Shara. Grappling edge, Bruno, primarily known for a striker. His grappling is underrated. I think it's a weapon. I think it's a huge advantage for him if he mixes in some takedowns. He's got an improved fight IQ. We saw his last fight. He didn't push the pace, pedal to the metal, showing more patience, more strategic awareness. I think this is going to benefit in this fight. No takedown threat. Arman doesn't have strong wrestling, meaning that Bruno is going to be able to strike freely, not worry about getting this taken to the ground. I think it's going to be a good bounce back spot coming off a loss in a must-win situation. Power pressure could exploit the lingering effects of Arman's recent KO loss. I just think how this fight's going to play out in my head, there's a clear advantage and a clear path for my boy Bruno. Give me my boy Bruno here at plus 116.
Yeah, I think that's worth a sprinkle. I put a half unit on his money line when it was plus 125.
Let's go ahead and let's pull up the.
Yeah, I actually think the Alex Pereira fight's going to be more like the Gian Blachowicz fight, where that went to a decision.
Let's go ahead and let's pull up the old DraftKings lineup. Boom. All right.
I need to see the odds. Here we go.
Where would you like to start, my friend? Is there anyone you're adamant you want?
Does it let you sort by salary on
Yes.
that bad boy? Wow. Yeah, see, man, look where little Morono is. That buddy's getting knocked out.
Yeah, we're not putting Leo in there, dude. We're not doing it.
He's at the top.
We're not doing it.
Do they have Leo at the top? Wow. Yeah, I definitely think Leo is a fine parlay piece if anybody wants to use Leo as a parlay piece.
We're not doing that, man. All right, who do you want? You want Ruffy?
I want you to start at the other end. Make that the other way.
Kind of like Bruno.
Yeah.
76. Gutierrez.
Yeah, I was gonna say him. That fight, I think it's gonna go to this decision. So I think he's gonna have enough strikes. I think he's gonna win too.
Pereira.
Weren't you able to see their like averages and shit?
Yeah, right here on the FP.
Oh, there it is.
You like Ruffy, don't you?
Yeah, definitely Ruffy.
So we got about 83 left.
Van I love, but my worry about Van, he's going to have a lot of strikes, but my worry is he could find himself in a position against this wrestler where he's just fighting off the wrestling the entire time and not getting any strikes off. And not enough strikes, I'll say. Bahamondes, I don't mind. I think that one could go long. He's going to get points. What else were you on? Gagey?
No, I was just on his takedowns.
Oh, that's right. His average point is only like 70-something? How's that possible?
Short KOs, my friend. Excuse me.
How many points we got left?
We got 8,500 left. Which means
there you go. I don't hate Fazeev.
You want to take Fazeev?
What's his numbers? His average? His average is only 58.
He's coming off a knee. That's my only worry about him, man.
I'm just thinking about the strikes. I'm thinking about who's going to have a lot of volume.
All these guys, I really don't like any of these guys.
Ankalaev may not be a bad option. They're both strikers. We're gonna get strikes. They're gonna hit each other.
I don't want to use the same guys. All right. Excuse me, Jesus, my throat.
Lucindo.
You want to go Lucindo?
I'm worried if she loses.
I don't think she's gonna lose. Let's go Lucindo, dude.
What else is down there at the bottom? Nothing we want.
No, because you don't want my boy Farina, my boy Marino, dude.
No, nobody wants him. You shouldn't want him either. We'll have to take you to the doctor next week and make sure you're fine. Get you checked out.
All right, dude. So is that
Now, if Morona wins, then I'm gonna have to order you a something nice, a nice steak or something. Steak sucks for takeout, so I'd have to order you something better. I'll just order you like a nice big pizza to your house or something.
not until I'm done with this 14-day cleanse, my friend?
Yeah, no, we'll wait for sure.
So there
Send
you
you
have.
a case of water right now.
We got
broccoli.
Ferreira, Gutierrez, Perea, Ruffy, and then you pronounce the last two names, my friend.
Bahamondes
Yep.
and Lucindo.
I love it. I love it. Wade, I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your day to talk a little UFC. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you on social media, my friend?
Yeah, just come check me out at Top Flight Wagers. Whenever I'm active over there, I've been in and out of activity the last, pretty much since we went on vacation and been back. I'll be on there every other few days. So when I'm on there, come check me out. Come follow me. I'm usually dropping a couple article plays every day on a nice free run play as well. And then I usually run a daily giveaway or so, give away some free money if a bet hits. So just got to come and engage there for free and get yourself a chance to win some money and get some free bets all the while. Erik, thanks for having me. Always like doing this. Hopefully we can sweep our picks.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully we'll talk soon. Best of luck in your bets. Make sure to give Wade a follow. For those watching on YouTube, the link to his Discord will be in the whatever it's called. Description, man. All right, brother. I appreciate you, and we'll talk soon, my friend.
All right. See you guys. Have a good weekend.